I used to watch the Goldbergs, and I've seen a lot of the shows. You know, I liked Erica and I can't remember their names. When I can't remember things like that, I start thinking, just as an aside, part of my that I have kind of come down with Alzheimer's. So I am someone who's always stimulated my brain above and beyond, you know, with that of what most people do. Barry, okay, so it's Erica, Barry, whatever. Anyhow, the mom is just so. I mean, I don't always agree with things that she did, obviously, and even she would get called on things. But she had no, you know, doesn't care, doesn't give a fuck. I can't imagine what that's like. I can't stand any kind of confrontation. It fucking kills me, okay? I hate it. I hate it. But then, if I don't do anything wrong, so when I'm walked all over, if I don't stand up for myself, then it's constantly killing me, you know? I just got an email from someone who's I don't really read her stuff anymore, but I'm still subscribed to her. But it's when a natural type person or whatever, and I think she's mental health psychiatry, but not mainstream. In any case, the top thing says what you don't say can actually kill you. I believe it. I believe it. Even when I know that I'm right, I hate it. I hate it. So, case in point, okay? Several weeks ago, or like 2 months ago, okay? It was several weeks ago. I think it was like 2 months ago now. I called over to my doctor's office. This is my brand new primary care physician. I'd seen once, okay? And I had a follow-up visit that was going to be months later, okay? And I got to talk to a nice nurse, same one I'm now upset with. I got to talk to a nice nurse, and I was like, and I told this nurse, and she listened to me for a while, and I told her, I didn't say how, of course, that someone had seen my videos on YouTube. Of course I'm not saying that. Nobody knows that. It's all secret. Everything's secret. I could never even have a real, you know. Even back when I was seeing a therapist, of course, you're never going to know the whole truth because I'm not going to say the whole CK thing, of course, the absolute insanity, and I'm not going to say anything about my online presence, my YouTube channel that has, you know, now it has hundreds of millions of lifetime views. Back then, it doesn't matter. I would never say anything, so it's always secret with me. Everything's secret, you know. Anyhow, I just said, you know, someone saw those and they said I should be concerned about them. I said, and you know, they're not hurting or anything, and I view they're spider veins. I view varicose veins as they have to have those awful bulges. But that's a fear that it could become that. Okay, it's not isolated. I suffer from periodic excruciating leg cramps, and they can be different areas of my body. okay? And normally they're at night, but once in a while they've been in the day. And then when I was in Joe's car, when we were, and my mom was in the back seat, and I was in Joe's car, and the seat, um, she was behind me, so I couldn't have it way back, stretching out my legs, but, and I was hurting, and that's not normal for me, okay? And this was many months ago, several, okay? Anyway, when I called her, I said, I have someone saying I should have this checked out, to make sure nothing bad's going on. And someone was very concerned. She doesn't know that someone just didn't see me on the beach or you know what I mean? So, and then she goes like, well, I'll talk to the doctor. Maybe the doctor will let you see someone without a referral. That wasn't going to happen. She comes back to me, calls me back. She didn't check right then. She talks to the doctor. I get a call back. Yeah, doctor says just wait for your next appointment and we'll discuss it. Right? So I waited patiently, week after week after week, for like 6 weeks to discuss it. Till I waited till my next appointment. I get in there, and I'm informed, you wanted to do a pap smear today. That was supposed to be your follow-up, wellness exam, whatever. And we can't do both for the insurance purposes or whatever. So you can either do your other thing today that I waited weeks and weeks and weeks for to have an answer, and of course I chose that. I also discussed about my feet and how my thing was falling apart, the makeshift thing, and how, my mom had $900 inserts that she bought for $500, and I couldn't afford anything like that. So I had when I had the bunionette, my podiatrist just made me out of a $50 or $60 insert that she sold, those kind that don't cost a lot of money. She made me something to adjust to help with the bunion, and it did work, and it's all falling apart now, okay? I saw my doctor for less than 20 minutes. Of course, I want to discuss the veins or whatever. We barely discussed them at all. I felt like, this was really important to me, right? But she's not the expert. So at the last minute, she needs to leave, go to another patient, okay? Again, less than 20 minutes. I looked at my phone. And on the way out the door, she says, I have to think about this. I'm not sure who to refer you to. So me, naturally, I'm thinking she's going to talk to one of her colleagues or something. I'm going to get an answer today. No. I go to the front desk. What's going on with my referral for my varicose, my spider vein, whatever, the reason I was here today? Oh, she's with another patient. So this was not this past Monday, today's Thursday, but the Monday before, okay? So I'm thinking, all right, I'll be patient, but days are going by, I'm not hearing anything. I call and leave a voicemail a week ago, right? I'm supposed to get a call back within 24, 48 hours. I call again on Tuesday. I happen to reach the one that's normally nice. You know what she says to me? Oh, well, the doctor's working on it. She doesn't know if she should refer you to a vascular surgeon or dermatologist. I've been doing my own online extensive research, okay? You can go to either one. The whole point is, it's not right. I don't believe for a second, and then I said, and then, I'm all upset about my mom or whatever. I want to know, well, just concentrate on your mom. We'll get back to you. No, doctors are busy, all right? I feel like it's out of sight, out of mind, and I'm just being dismissed. There, it's okay. Concentrate on your mom. We'll get back to you when we feel like it. For something, am I wrong? I should have got a referral that day. There's nothing she should be working on. How hard is it to decide? I don't even care. I'll pay out of pocket. I know, I would just thought I could not have to pay for, because even to do cosmetic, you have to pay, you have to get the ultrasound or whatever. And I thought you could at least get that covered. But am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. I feel like I shouldn't have to potentially wait weeks and not know why does the doctor have to work on anything? It's probably out of sight, out of mind. And I would have waited a couple of days, but am I supposed to wait weeks for the referral after I waited weeks and weeks and weeks for the appointment? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right, okay? I'm not feeling well. I'm achy all over. I don't know if it's menopause or something worse. And what it says online is you don't have to have, it can be asymptomatic. It can be something wrong, and it always is something underlying. It's just not usually serious, but you don't have to have pain, you don't have to have swelling for there to be something bad going on. But the fact is, even if I want to pay out of pocket and have them removed because they're unsightly, okay, they're not like on my mom. She just has the little spider veins, okay? These are big, as you know, it's a big cluster that could turn into the bulging kind. And I do have the accompanying excruciating leg pains and leg heaviness and pain. You know what I mean? But am I wrong if I waited weeks and weeks and weeks, and then I'm told you have a choice of this or that, and I chose this, shouldn't I have gotten my referral that day, or at the very least, like within the next couple of days? We're going on 2 weeks now. So now I'm going to file a complaint. I like this doctor, but am I going to be forced to file a complaint and get a new doctor? Like, what is the big deal? Why is it such a big deal? It says it's either or. And plus, nobody talked to me about the options. If there's a choice between where you go or whatever, then shouldn't I be given the option? Because I prefer a vascular surgeon over a dermatologist. Okay? So, but I'm always forced into these situations. I'm always walked all over in this life. And I just want to fly under the radar and keep a low profile, and I can't. But I usually only have to file complaints on behalf of my mom. And that's really hard for me to do, too. But this is a rare occasion where I'm concerned about this. Because a total stranger pointed it out to me. If in my shoes, would you have any faith at all? Remember, you don't ever get to talk to the doctor. The nurse can just reassure you, oh, the doctor's working on it. Why does she have to work on anything? Why doesn't she just know who to refer me to? And why am I going to believe she's working on anything? She's a busy doctor, and it's probably out of sight, out of mind. And the nurse is just going to comfort me, oh, don't worry. She doesn't know where to send you, to vascular surgeon or dermatology. She's thinking about it. Yeah. How is that fair? I had my appointment. I was there. I should have got my referral that day. Or at the very least, within a couple of days. Not going to be going on 2 weeks and, just concentrate on your mom. Don't worry. When we know something, we'll get back to you. Like, what the fuck? Am I wrong? I don't feel like I'm wrong at all. I mean, how am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I waited patiently for that appointment. Weeks and weeks and weeks. And whatever I set up for an appointment to see a vascular surgeon or a dermatologist, whatever, that will take a long time to get. Plus, shouldn't the fact that this upsets me so much, that it's keeping me up at night. I'm upset because I don't believe she's working on anything, and I don't see why she has to work on it, and I have to go through a third party. I don't get to talk to the doctor directly. We never do. And all I'm feeling like it's always something. I cannot win in this life. I was so excited to finally talk to the doctor. Not because the doctor would be able to tell me anything, because she'd give me the referral. I have to have a referral. Period. I have to have a referral. Okay? I have to have a referral. I just hate it. I don't want to have to file a complaint or fight another doctor. I don't want to be put in this position. Just give me my goddamn fucking referral. Like, what the hell is up with... You have to think about where to just say, give me a referral. I don't care if I have to pay out of pocket. What I care more about is I'm going crazy with not knowing if you're even working on it at all. You're going to take your own sweet time, and week after week will go by. As days after days, it's already going on 2 weeks. Considering tomorrow's Friday and then it's the weekend, And Monday it'll be 2 weeks. I left a voicemail. And I said I felt like I was being dismissed when I talked to the nurse the other day, and this is usually a nice nurse. But that's not right. It's like, oh, they're there. Don't worry. Concentrate on your mom. I always have to concentrate on my mom, right? I'm not allowed to worry about myself at all, right? Concentrate on your mom, and we'll get back to you. Don't worry when I hear anything. That's being walked all over me. And again, juxtapose that with I needed to know about my mom's last bout with near death in the same hospital where she always has been sent, whether it's to be medically cleared to go to a mental hospital or because she's fighting for her own life or whatnot, okay, or it's anything in between. They have such respect for me that when I call over to them, my mom's not even a patient anymore. I get a call back the next day from the nurse, the very next day, because I'm like, I know that my mom had to have had an echo, and they can't find one except from a year and a half ago, and I know that's wrong. And then I went out of my way. I told the cardiologist, the new one, and the assistant who was going over the echo results. Okay, first we saw a cardiologist, then we went over the phone because we couldn't get there at his schedule in person. And we just did a phone call of fashion because we can't do the Zoom call either. Okay. He's trying to tell me about her echo results from a year and a half ago. I said, no, that's not right. I know I was recently told she was in the 20s and that she was fighting for her life and blah, 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 whatever. And that was part of the reason her heart, okay, her heart's going to stop, blah, 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 whatever, right? To try to convince me to take her off the things that they want her not on. The measures to bring someone back to life or whatever, or to save somebody they love. And they're trying to tell me. Oh, and then the pharmacist this recent time where she was medically clear and then she's been sent to the mental hospital, right? The pharmacists are arguing with me what I was told back in Massachusetts by doctors, by her long-term primary care physician and by the nurse, whatever. She's on Jardiance for congestive heart failure, not for chronic kidney failure, okay? The pharmacist who just met my mom, doesn't even know her from Adam, is arguing with me. I think I know better than you, Laura. So I went and called because I'm pissed at being walked all over. And I was right. It's for congestive heart failure. That's what my mom's long-term primary care physician, the nurse, called me back, and she also was able to tell me that my mom actually had 2 echoes in March, okay? Because I called over to the medical records at the hospital, and they said the easiest thing for us to do is send over the medical records we can go provider to provider. Well, surprise, surprise. They can't read them. And the assistant's too busy to care about, even though I went through all the trouble to get them for you, and you're going by a year and a half ago and then comparing it to this recent one. So a year and a half ago was at 36 and now it's at 40 something, right? Which I guess is okay. And I'm thinking, oh, that's good because I remember being at 20. No, I found out and they wouldn't know this. I'm doing all of this, but you think they're going to care enough? Even though I went through all the trouble to get them for you. I didn't do it for you. I did it so I could know. I had to wind up calling again. This time, instead of to the hospital, I tried with my mom's primary care physician because they had helped me before when nobody knew why my mom was on Eliquis and I couldn't tell them. I said, I don't know, every time my mom's fighting for her life, they put her on new meds. They don't even tell me when I'm the invoked alpha peroxide. They walk all over me, okay? And I'm being condemned because I don't know, right? They call me back like right away from Massachusetts, from her former doctor's office. The nurse calls me back. They respect me enough to tell me, about my mom, the different things and what med she's on and why, the cardiomyopathy, congestive heart failure, and atrial fibrillation. Eliquis is for atrial fibrillation. Again, it's very dangerous if you fall and have a brain bleed and hit your head. I can tell you any goddamn thing that happens when I'm at my mom's. I won't tell you hearsay. I won't tell you the things she does that I